Hello everyone, so today we're going to do this text writer using JavaScript with Vue and Tailwind. Tailwind, we are just going to make this text white and center everything. I don't think we need to do anything more complicated than that with Tailwind, but we're going to see how to do this text writer and this bar over here that change the opacity over time. So let's go. First, we need to create a new project. So npm create vit latest. Let's put the name would be text writer view. It's going to be view JavaScript. Let's enter the folder now. npm text writer view. Then we install everything, npm install. And since we're going to use Tailwind, let's open here Tailwindcss. We're going to use Vue, so we're going to copy this from the use Vue folder. So npm install this is going to be a dependence package, so Tailwindcss, post CSS and auto prefixer, and it's going to install that. After we're going to create the file, the Tailwindcss config file. Okay, so we create the file, and now we open our source code here, and we go to Tailwind config. And now I come here and I copy this from Tailwind config and I place here. So this basically shows which files Tailwind has to look at to make sure the classes are applied correctly. And now we need to make the directives. So we copy that and you go to style, source style, and you place everything here. I also want to do something else. I also want to add some extra here. So I'm going to add Roboto for the text. And I'm going to add box sizing for all elements, margin 0 and font 8 normal. And for the body, I'm going to put the background color black and Roboto for the font family. And this is to make the text and the elements more sharp. Okay, I can close this. I can delete these components. And here I can pretty much delete everything. I'm just going to put an H1 here to make sure it's working. Text. Make a class, text white. Let's see if it's working properly. So we do npm run dev. Okay, now we have it. Our text, everything's working. I'm going to put this on the left and this on the right. Okay, so now, my goodness, what did I do? Okay, so now we're going to actually start. I'm going to create our component here. Let's call text writer.view. Let's make a template, put an h1 tag, text here, and let's make a script setup. Okay, and here we are going to import that. So I'm going to import text writer from Vue, and we're going to place it here. Okay, and it's working, but it's not the right color. It should be text white. Okay, now we have it. Now we need to put our text here. So first of all, let's center this. Let's make a div class. I'm going to put a padding of 4, flex, justify, center, item center. Let's put this in the middle. Let's make this age screen and width also screen. Okay, so we have everything centered. I'm going to pass a prop here so that the text here is the correct text. So I'm going to make a const text, and we're going to pass our text, which is going to be our lorem ipsum, which is the text that we use just as an example. And this is going to make the text here. So to make sure it's working, I'm going to put text here, and inside I'm going to make a const props, define props to get our text, which is going to be a string. Okay, here we have it. It's too big, I guess. Okay, like this is a little bit better. Okay, we have our text, and now we need to make the text change over time. So for that, I'm going to make const show text is going to be a ref. We need to import the ref, and I'm going to initiate with nothing. I'm going to make the show text, it's there, and I'm going to make a function that is going to call change text. What this function does, it's going to change the text over time. So you're going to make show text.value equal to props.text.slice 0 and the index that we want. And for that, so what this is going to do is when the text is everything, so I receive all the text here, and the slice is going to make like, okay, so cut this text from the 0 into the index, and the index we're gonna make start with 0. Actually not 0, start with 1, and we're going to show the text there, and we're going to add the index over time. This is what it does. To make it work, we need to set interval, change text, let's put 100 millimeters over time. So this is what it does. It's adding this show text according to the index that we are cutting from the text. When it reaches the full length of the text, it should start again from 0. So if index is greater than props.text.length, index receive 1. Okay, this is everything for the text. What we need now is to make that bar that change the opacity over time. And for that, we're going to make, we're going to add here a span with that bar. But the bar is not changing over time. So this is what we need to do now. We need to make a style. We're going to bind that style with opacity. So we're going to need that opacity to be here. So let's make const opacity is going to be a ref. It starts with 1, so the bar is always showing, and you need to blink over time. For that, we are going to make a function. Let's call change opacity what this function does, it's going to make this opacity change, and for that we need to create something. I think I'm going to get everything here. So first we need to say if this opacity is increasing or decreasing. So let me make here, let increase start with false. So it starts with 1, but we want to decrease first, so increase starts with false. And what it's going to do is this. So if increase, so I want, if the opacity is 0, for example, if we want to increase, then we're going to make the opacity dot value increase by 0.01 over time. And the parse float and the toFixed is just to make sure that the calculation is done only with 2 decimals, because otherwise JavaScript just throws a lot of zeros after this, and then it puts a number and the calculation doesn't fit right to opacity. So if we want to increase the value, is going to increase 0.1 from 0.1, and if the value reaches 1, then we want to decrease, so we put increase to false. Otherwise, if you want to decrease, we decrease the value 0.1 over time, and if you reach 0, we change increase to true. And now to make this set over time, we'll put set interval, change opacity, and let's put 100, actually 10 milliseconds. So now you can see the bar changing over time, the opacity. This is basically it. Now, if you want to, this code is going to be below, so you can get it from our Patreon. It's just going to help me a lot to get there. But if you want to change this to use composables so that you can avoid all of this JavaScript here, we can make a new file and call it textwriter.js. We're going to export function use text writer. We're going to receive a text from here, and then we can pretty much take everything here and put it here. We need to import ref from view, and we need to return here what we're going to use on our template. So we need to return show text and opacity. And here we need to import use text writer from text writer. And now we make a const here with use text writer and pass the props, not text. And we can make here what we need. We need show text and we need opacity. And we can save it. And it's not working. Why? It's not passing perhaps, not passing everything here. Returning show text and opacity. What am I missing? What am I missing here? Use text writer, define props. I'm not sure. That's not what I wanted to open. Let's see what's not right here. Props is not defined. Okay, yeah. I need to remove these props here because now we are using just the text. Okay, now it's working. And that's it. I hope you enjoyed. Tell me what other component you want to see next. and see you next time.